Welcome back to JOJ. It is September 29th, and we are wrapping up the month of September.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Just seems to be flying by.
Yeah, it definitely is. So, yeah, we're getting there. Jenny's had her football shirt on all month.
Supporting the balls whenever it gets... Now not only do we have to, support the team, like football, but also volleyball, and then it's basketball season. Our kids are all in on pretty much all UT sports, so
they're way bigger fans than I have ever been or
bigger
will
fans and I like to watch them, so I mean it doesn't, but we got to get this guy some M&Ms and popcorn or something while he's there.
I'm gonna watch a volleyball game. That's about
the volleyball's good. Lizzie's hoping to be a lady vol one day, so she's real.
Yeah, we'll see.
She's real into that.
We'll see. All right, so the title for today is Your Heavenly Calling, and the verse comes from Hebrews. It's chapter 3, verse 1. It says, Holy brothers and sisters who share in the heavenly calling, fix your thoughts on Jesus. You have a heavenly calling, plans for your life that originate from the throne of grace. The Lord raises you up to be everything He created you to be. You are a member of the great assembly of witnesses with supernatural empowering for all He calls you to accomplish. And you have authority. All things are subject to God's plan for your life as you obey Him. What is past is gone. The Lord is doing a new thing in you. This is why Paul says, forgetting what lies behind and reaching forward to what lies ahead, I press on toward the goal for the prize of the upward call of God and Christ Jesus. It's Philippians 3:13 and 14. Yes, you may feel pulled downward by the circumstance of your life, but your call from Jesus is ever upward. Therefore, leave the past behind, let it go, and look up to pursue your victorious heavenly calling. Take hold of God's plan by fixing your thoughts on Jesus. You don't have to figure it all out or be in control. Thank you. Rather, you focus on Christ, continually drawing nearer to Him spiritually, relationally, emotionally, intellectually, physically, and psychologically. And when you do, God takes care of the rest. Jesus, I fix my eyes on you, pressing on to take hold of all you have for me. Amen. It's kind of a little bit of what I said last week, where we realize that our time here is just that grain of sand. It is that drop in the bucket of our whole life. When we look at how long we're going to spend in eternity, or hopefully 80, 90, 120 years here on earth. I think we'll make it 120.
I hope not.
That would be bad.
I mean, if we are able and can still move and walk, then sure. But I don't want to be decrepit still here at 120.
120 is probably a bit of a stretch. But yes, our 90, 100 years here on earth seems like a lifetime. But it's actually just a drop in the bucket.
I'm halfway there, as you can tell. But yeah, it is. And I think too, it talks about being, your past is gone, past is in the past. And I think one of the probably biggest strongholds that the devil has on us is our past, honestly. I mean, some people don't have a past, and that's great. But I feel like a lot of us do. And so, I mean, even seeing it in our teenagers, it's bad to say that we have teenagers. I'll say kids. Seeing it in our kids, that that's something that they struggle with as teenagers. To where, I struggled with it as an adult. I think there's a lot of adults that do struggle with that still, because we're called to to share our to be focused on God and to share His word and to help others get there. Well, when you have a past, the devil likes to be like, oh, you shouldn't be sharing that. Know what you've done. They're not going to listen to you. But in reality, I feel like the more you share, the more people are like, oh, well,
I can relate to that.
Yeah, that makes me feel better about my, and you kind of squash the devil with that.
Yeah.
So, it's a very easy concept to say, hey, your past is in the past, look forward and move forward. But I think in reality, that's a really hard thing to finally let go of. And it only comes from God when you do let go of it.
Yeah, and that's, what you're saying there about people having past, and somebody that I'm a big fan of, that I get to fish against, and somebody who has an incredible testimony that every time he shares it, I love to hear it, is Nick LeBrun. and he talks about his past, and he talks about, you know, how he came to Christ. But the thing he always emphasizes in that is how the devil is the chief liar, and how he lied to him all along, of how, you know, man, this sin's not that bad.
Yeah.
Everybody does this. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it. You know, just it's fine.
Oh yeah.
You know, keep your sin, live your life. It's okay. And then to the point to where he got to such a low point that it was also the devil saying, it was like, there's no coming back from this.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. This is what's going to end you.
This is who you are.
This is who you are. This is it. Accept it, and you know, this is your life. This is the way it's going to work, and that's what the devil will do to you. He's going to lie to you and tell you it's no big deal, that your past is. He's also going to be the one who puts that past in your face and says, this is why Jesus will never accept you. This is why, you know, you can't come to Christ. So that is absolutely leaving your past behind, good, bad, or indifferent, truthfully.
Yeah.
You know, that's because none of us are good enough anyway.
No, and I think it's especially in the world that, I mean, I feel like it was definitely a little bit, you know, what we grew up in, but like what our kids are growing up in this world, that the devil is so much in everything, and TikTok and social media, and, you know, of normalizing
correct
the worldly behavior, normalizing the teenage years, like normalizing that, you know, you make bad choices, and so then, you know, whenever you meet somebody that is the same age of you, and they're like, oh, you know, like, I've never done that, or, you know, I would never consider doing that, then you feel that much worse about yourself, because you're like, oh wow, like maybe it's not everybody is out here doing this kind of stuff. And so, and
I think to your point of it normalizing those sinful behaviors, it dulls the conviction.
Yes.
Over time.
100%.
It's not, I mean, the first time you see something, the first time you're like, oh wow, yeah, no, I don't want no part of that. But then, and it's like the next time it's like, well, I mean, that's, you know, that's not for me, but whatever.
Yeah, but whatever. Yeah.
Then the next time it's like, and then it's just that slow fade where you become numb to it, and then at some point it's like, then you're somewhere and somebody's like, hey, what about this? Well, okay, yeah, maybe, yeah, sure, why not? You know, so it's a slow fade that, you know, that a lot of people end up slipping down in that.
Yeah. So I think that's, you know, it's really, really focusing on Christ and keeping your focus Him, and tuning out all the rest of the other stuff. And I mean, we're all guilty of watching reels and sending them, and, you know, all the
ones
things.
I get from Jennie are sweet, some type of sweet recipe.
Yeah, well, you send him the recipe, so that way, like, I can go find them easily, or miniature cows.
Yeah, those two.
Or beach trip. But anywho, focus on Christ, not everything else in the world, and, you know, and start there, and kind of see, you know, where that. I mean, it might not be a next minute change in life, but like start, you know, it's a start, and that same slow progression of things are okay to they're not okay. That's like right. You can very much work that back the other way.
Absolutely.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you know, that slow fade downwards can be a step, can be steps in the right direction too, to where you like, no, you know what? I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to unfollow this person, or I'm going to block this. I'm going to, you know, just as far as the social media part of it goes, and to where that's a step at a time. And I'm not going to listen to this music on the radio. I'm going to put this station on. Like every one of those steps, every one of those things that you choose to get closer to God. It's don't think that, well, I've faded all the way this way, that you're just going to wake up one day and all of that desire is going to be out of your life. Yeah, no. It's literally a step at a time. It's a step of progression of sanctification and getting better one day at a time. So again, like I said, forgetting what lies behind and reaching forward to what lies ahead. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to reach for what lies ahead. So.
Yep. So the next couple weeks, I believe we'll be live, right?
Yep, I think that's right. Next couple.
Yep. So the next couple weeks we'll be live.
From the beach.
Yeah.
Next week.
Oh yeah, we will be at the beach. Yeah. Or is that the day we drive? Yeah, but we'll be there.
Yeah.
So we'll have probably the kids join us, and that's always fun. So, yeah.
All right. See y'all then.